My name is Albert from TruPhysics, and today I will show you how we want to revolutionize the world we know right now. The topic is virtual reality. Maybe first a question. Whom of you already tried out a virtual reality glasses? So it's around 30–40%. And if you see, maybe you know the hype cycle described by Gartner, and you see that augmented reality and virtual reality will come up the next 3 to 5 years more and more, and will be embedded into our daily life. And yeah, so our team is specialized in robotics, in describing the world, in programming smart code, especially describing the behavior models of robots, of everything that we see around us, everything that behaves like skin, like kinematics. We'll come closer during the presentation about the wide range, what we are describing, and are focusing more and more on VR. So our vision is to take the real world like we know it from now, where we build experience from the childhood, where we tried out things like, if I grab the glass, what happens if I grab it? Is it sliding down? What happens if it's falling, it's breaking? What happens if something is too heavy and I don't have enough force or power to lift it? And these events or these behaviors we digitalize and describe the digital world. And in the first step, we adapted it to virtual and augmented reality. The point is, we came from research, and there we did only machine learning for robotics and kind of training platform for robotics. But then we found out most of us don't want to have it right now. If the market is not there, you can dry out. And we are a self-funded startup, so we found out, okay, with all the technologies we have, we can go in virtual and augmented reality and help people right now to describe complex systems, for example, in engineering process. And by building up this experience of describing the so-called digital twins, later on robots can train in this virtual environment like we did as child and become smart and train their neural networks to handle complex and intuitive individual tasks right now. And as you see, we are very big fans from Futurama, so that's why Bender is one of our role models in the future. Well, beyond all the software development, we also have a lot of hardware projects. One of them is, for example, climbing wall, where you put on the glasses. By this project, we developed also a special glove that makes us very special in the VR ecosystem. We have cocktail robots talking over blockchain technology to a cloud, beer robot, or also some pick-and-place solutions. And according to that, we build up a simulation framework that is going through all processes in an engineering process. It starts with product development, construction, production planning, and programming robots in their behavior, and also manufacturing. But first of all, if you want to do in a simulation, if you want to do events or special movements, you need to program the digital twin. And so robots have, for example, kinematics. Machines, in a production, have behavior like input-output or some linear movements, and grippers have friction, for example. Everything can be programmed as a behavior model, as well as sensors. And so that's the one thing. behavior models. The other thing is what happens if you have behavior models. How do you show this simulation. So you can use smartphones, tablets, glasses, AR glasses, or mixed reality glasses, or virtual reality glasses. It's depending. Everything is depending on the task or on the use case, how you want to help the customer. And there is a wide range of technologies. So, and it can be really become complicated, because if you go into a company, and that was one of our biggest obstacles, if we go into industry and we're talking to a guy from marketing, he doesn't understand everything about research, for example. And maybe he says, yeah, I want to do something with marketing, but research is not important. But for us, it's very important to make one big picture in a collaboration with the management, and then roll out solutions, make use cases depending on this VR, AR navigator as you see here. And we have tons of use cases, and which use cases we see as relevant, I have now on videos. That on examples that I want to present to you. So one of the things is, for example, a VR configurator, where you can configure products. You can use it for training of new employees, for example, but you can also use it for configuration of modular systems, also in sales, for example. One of the things I spoke before with the climbing wall, there we developed the TruGlove. It's a glove that is synchronized with the simulation, where you can make ergonomics research and studies to prevent bad movements in a working environment with a very reliable physics. Of course, you can use digital twins also to explain very. Can you switch off the sound, please? Thanks. So one is, for example, a trade fair, where you can present very complex functionalities. Like here, for example, scanning, multi-step procedure in a very complex gripper. These things, if you visualize them in this way, you can explain customers how products are working and build up trust. One of our standardized software product is so-called VR engineering. We found out that if we make individual projects for the customers, sometimes customers don't have that much budget for realization of a big VR project, and they also don't need 100% of a solution. What we developed is a kind of very flexible system where you can just drag and drop, like in Minecraft. You can drag and drop a lot of already prepared digital twins, like conveyors, robots, tables. And here you see also you have functionalities to move the robot, so you can make reachability studies, and you can program robots in a virtual environment in a very natural way of teaching the robot by taking him and programming steps, and by this also simulating material flow. And if you prepared the scene for material flow, you can invite people from all over the world and bring them into this virtual world. And this, from our side, is the future of collaboration. That means you don't have only one screen or screen sharing. You invite people and embed them into a virtual world and discuss with them projects. So this is virtual reality. Now, here are some use cases what we can do with augmented reality. If we have these digital twins that we can also configure, for example, in a web catalog or in our VR solution, we can place them into a real world and try out how it feels like there. It's something like IKEA Place, maybe you know. You have to try out. If you plan something for your home, you have to use IKEA Place. It's an amazing tool. And the same we're offering for industrial solutions. Here is a very interesting thing that will come up in the future. Imagine you want to buy a car and plan it for the next half a year. You can plan every day, depending on your mood, which color you like of your car. Do you want to have a white car, gray car, black car? And you project it just in front of your garage, and afterwards you can go to your salesman next door and say, this is what I want, can you make me a special offer? Ideally, you give this digital twin to your child, and he can drive it in front of your house. That's one thing, and yesterday I've been to CeBIT in Hanover. It's a fair, innovation fair, and what we just tried out there is to bring into this very creative environment another digital twin where we explain the Industry 4.0. So there is a cloud at top, and everyone is communicating with the cloud. It's hard to recognize what is the real world, what is the digital world. And that's actually, there we see the future. So you can, in a private, so you can design your spaces at home, for example, as you like if you use these technologies in the future. So thank you very much. And if you like to see more, just contact me later or per email. Thank you.